Imagine the year 1947, when a newly independent India is on the cusp of establishing its identity. India's independence from British rule marked a turning point, a momentous occasion that set the wheels in motion for the birth of the world's largest democracy. In the wake of this newfound freedom, the formation of the Constituent Assembly was a pivotal move. Composed of representatives from across the country, this assembly had a monumental task at hand: to draft the Constitution of India, the very backbone of its democratic system. The Constitution, as we know it today, was meticulously crafted over 2 years, 11 months, and 18 days. It was an embodiment of the values and principles that the nation stood for: equality, justice, and liberty. It laid the groundwork for democratic elections, where every citizen, irrespective of their social or economic status, had the right to vote. And thus, the stage was set for the first ever democratic election in the world's largest democracy. Fast forward to 1951, and India is gearing up for its first general election. The scale of this operation was colossal, never seen before in the history of mankind. Imagine the logistical challenges that lay ahead, reaching out to over 173 million potential voters spread across a vast and diverse landscape, from the towering Himalayas in the north to the sun-kissed beaches of the south, from the dense forests of the east to the arid deserts of the west. A country fresh from the shackles of colonial rule, still healing from the wounds of partition, was preparing to exercise its right to vote for the first time. The task was Herculean, but so was the resolve of the nation. At the helm of this mammoth exercise was Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru, a man whose vision was instrumental in shaping India's democratic journey. He and his team worked tirelessly, overcoming numerous obstacles to ensure that every Indian, irrespective of their caste, creed, or economic status, had the chance to participate in this historic event. The election was not just about choosing a government. It was a testament to the strength of India's democratic principles, a reaffirmation of its commitment to equal representation. It was an event that encapsulated the essence of India's unity in diversity. As the election drew near, there was a palpable sense of excitement and anticipation across the country. For many, it was their first brush with democracy, their first opportunity to have a say in the nation's destiny. People turned out in large numbers, braving harsh weather and long distances, to cast their vote. The election took place in stages over 4 months, from October 1951 to February 1952. Despite the challenges, it was a triumph of democracy, a validation of the faith that millions of Indians had placed in the democratic process. With the successful completion of the first general election, India had truly embarked on its democratic journey, a journey that continues to this day, shaping the destiny of the world's largest democracy. As the decades rolled on, each election etched a new chapter in India's vibrant history. Our journey begins in the swinging 60s. The decade was marked by the dominance of the Indian National Congress, yet the seeds of change were being sown. The Swatantra Party, a right-wing political party, emerged as a significant opposition force, advocating economic liberalism. The Congress, however, continued its winning streak, but the first whispers of a shifting political landscape were beginning to echo. As we moved into the 70s, the political climate in India underwent a seismic shift. The Indian National Congress split into 2 factions, leading to a period of political instability. This was also the decade that saw the rise of regional parties, reflecting India's diversity and the unique challenges of its various regions. The first coalition government at the center, led by Morarji Desai, marked a break from Congress's monopoly, highlighting the increasing importance of coalition politics in the country's democratic process. The 80s were a time of further upheaval. With the assassination of Prime Minister Indira Gandhi, her son, Rajiv Gandhi, was catapulted to the helm of the nation. Yet, his tenure was marred by various scandals, leading to a loss of faith in the Congress. This period also saw the rise of the Bharatiya Janata Party, a party that would go on to shape the future political landscape of India. As we entered the 90s, the country was in the grip of coalition politics. No single party could claim absolute majority, leading to a series of coalition governments. This era was defined by its political instability, with governments falling and new ones rising in quick succession. The rise of regional parties like the Samajwadi Party and the Bahujan Samaj Party underscored the growing importance of regional issues in national politics. Through these decades, the Indian electorate navigated a changing political landscape, shaping and being shaped by it. From the dominance of a single party to the rise of coalitions, from national to regional issues, the Indian voter adapted to these shifts, reflecting the resilience and dynamism of the world's largest democracy. The election outcomes of these decades were not just about who would lead the country. They were a reflection of the changing socio-political dynamics of a diverse and evolving nation. Each election was a snapshot of the times, capturing the aspirations, frustrations, and hopes of a billion people. From the 60s to the 90s, Indian elections charted the journey of a young democracy grappling with its diversity and complexity. Each decade, each election added a new layer to this rich tapestry, shaping the country's political narrative. Through the thick and thin of political tumult, the Indian electorate remained the ultimate decision-maker. Stepping into the 21st century, Indian elections took a new turn. The dawn of the new millennium saw the advent of technology playing a pivotal role in the electoral process. It was a time when the internet and mobile phones started to seep into the lives of the masses, making communication easier and faster than ever before. This technological revolution brought a significant shift in the way political campaigns were conducted. Gone were the days when election campaigns were limited to door-to-door visits and public rallies. Now, political parties began leveraging the power of digital platforms to reach out to voters. Social media in particular became a powerful tool for election campaigns, enabling parties to engage with voters on a more personal level. The 21st century also witnessed the rise of new political parties, adding to the complexity of Indian politics. From regional parties gaining national recognition to the emergence of parties based on specific ideologies, the political landscape of India continued to evolve. A landmark moment in the 21st century elections was the 2014 general election. It was an election that saw the highest ever voter turnout in the history of Indian elections, with a staggering 66.4% of the eligible voters casting their votes. It was also an election that witnessed a single party gaining an absolute majority in the Lok Sabha after 3 decades, marking a significant shift in the political dynamics of the country. What's more, the 21st century elections saw an increasing participation of young voters. The youth, armed with the power of technology and social media, started to play a more active role in the electoral process. They began to voice their opinions, question the status quo, and demand change. Their participation in the electoral process did not just stop at voting. Many young Indians also stepped into politics, contesting elections, and taking up leadership roles. The 21st century elections also saw the Election Commission of India implementing innovative measures to increase voter participation. From the introduction of electronic voting machines to the launch of various voter awareness campaigns, the Commission left no stone unturned to ensure a free and fair election. In conclusion, the 21st century elections have been a testament to the evolving dynamics of Indian democracy. They have showcased the power of technology, the rise of new political forces, and the increasing participation of the youth. They have proven that Indian democracy is not just about casting votes, but about active participation, informed choices, and the collective will of the people. The 21st century elections have demonstrated the evolving dynamics of Indian democracy. From the first election in 1951 to the latest one, the Indian general election has come a long way. The Indian election system, a marvel in its own right, is more than just a political event. It's a dynamic process that shapes the socio-political landscape of the country, reflecting the aspirations of its diverse populace. At its core, the Indian election is a testament to democracy. It's a stage where citizens, regardless of their caste, religion, or economic status, have an equal say in deciding the nation's leadership. It's an arena where power shifts from the rulers to the ruled, where the voice of the common man resonates in the corridors of authority. But the significance of Indian elections goes beyond the political sphere. It shapes the social fabric of the nation. Elections in India have often been the catalyst for social change, breaking age-old prejudices and fostering inclusion. They have given voice to the marginalized, empowered the disadvantaged, and have served as a powerful tool for social justice. Moreover, Indian elections have played a crucial role in maintaining the unity and integrity of this diverse nation. They have helped in bridging the gaps between different communities, fostering a sense of national identity among its people. The Indian election, a grand spectacle of democracy, serves as a reminder of the power of the people. It is a celebration of the indomitable spirit of Indian democracy, a beacon of hope for nations striving for democratic governance.